Up first, we got Merge's Greymane. This is a bronze Greymane, looking for some help with his shots, and when he's going in deep. He says, I use Greymane to carry, and I've gone up 2 ranks. But when 8 out of 10 players in this game are bronze 5, it gets real tough. I know my decision making could improve, and I tend to be a special snowflake when I know I'm playing against bronze 5s. That's an interesting situation. Almost the computer problem, right? You fire up a game against computers, you're going to practice a little bit, and then you just kind of go, well, these guys are computers, they're not going to gank me, and you end up getting out of lane or causing all sorts of issues for yourself. Let's find our man Merg. Excellent. Ooh. We got a Gul'dan in here. I don't think you get to high-five Orc Bros with Gul'dan. You need Thrall in there, right? Now it's not Orc Bros anymore. You gotta have Orc Tros? Posse? Bros can still be 3 people, so I guess it's okay. At any rate. Greymane, Rhaegar, Gul'dan, Johanna, and Tyrael up against Kharazim, Sylvanas, Muradin, Sonya, and Jaina. Ooh. Okay, so we're all prepared to esports the mid. But this is a conversation that I had with Dreadnought that was really interesting to me. Do they even win it? Should they do this? Gul'dan is sustain, double tank, Tyrael pretty classic low damage. He did end up going with a smite that's going to do a bit more damage against heroes, but still. Yeah, Tyrael hits like a wet noodle. It's all of his effects that affect other people, and his presence and his death right now. Hopefully no one's taking advantage of a bug, though it's extremely easy to do. That was an issue this past weekend with Astral Authority. I believe the way you do it, and I guess maybe we shouldn't spread this information around, but it should be fixed quick enough, right? Is you smite right as you die, and as you're empowered by that speed, you get it when you're dead, and it doubles your death explosion. At least that's my understanding of it. And it's pretty easy to accidentally do, because if you're going to die, you might lay yourself up a little speed boost in order to have that as your ghost goes to explode on someone or on your own team, as I like to do right now in a solo queue environment. Or a solo tank environment, I should say. But looking at this team, outside of Greymane, it doesn't have a lot of burst, and it's all pretty unsafe. Greymane has to go in his own body, whereas Jaina, I mean, even Sylvanas, they've got double tank, but Sonya puts out quite a bit of burst, certainly compared to our Tyrael and our Johanna. So really, with that sort of thought process in mind, there is no reason Merge's team should really charge into the middle. The potential to just get hit by a sweet blizzard and blown away and cleaned up by the Sylvanas and the Sonya seems likely. How do we spread that information around? How do we get this whole team to not fight in the middle? I don't know. That's a problem I've been having, right? As you grow in knowledge, you start to make these calls. You start to, understand why a team fight wouldn't work out, why we should just farm the objective with this objective, like, PvE kind of Lunara team. Let's avoid all the fights till the end. And then we win based on the objective instead of having to fight fights that aren't good. These aren't good fights. Now, nothing bad's happening. Sylvanas is in the top. But the potential, there's very little potential for Red Team here to actually destroy the enemy team. It's a fascinating thought process. How does it change things? How do you actually change anything as one person with 4 other people who just want to fight because they're bored? Because it's fun. So Merg is getting to work. He does not have Lingering Chill. He went Wolfheart. We'll see as our specs develop. That's fine. As long as he hearts out, he doesn't go, aw, using a fountain, which is now on a 118 second cooldown, 120 second cooldown. Then we're going to take Rhaegar's resources here. So I think we should have just heart there. It's a little early. I know. We're going to have to get back in lane anyway. But objective's going to come up in less than a minute. What's going down here? And that's more important on Greymane. If you're Illidan and you want to use a fountain like that, It's still not the most efficient thing in the world, but it has more merit. With Greymane, the best place to use a fountain, at least in my experience, has been to power yourself up. If I'm going to go into a fight, maybe I'm missing like a tenth of my health, but I grab that well. Now I am regenerating past the point of my full health, and I can take a little bit of damage and recover from it while the fight is going on without the help of a healer. And that's very powerful on Greymane because he has nothing to sustain himself. Can you imagine if they gave Greymane like a hammer gains or any of those sort of onslaught gain health talents based on auto attack? It'd be fantastic. It'd be the only thing I want to take. I'd never play Butcher again. Looks like Merg is off to scare away a little Sylvanas. That's fine, that's good. Tyrael down, slapping his noodle. Aggressive move by Monk. Yeah, I can understand why they got herded back a little bit. This is something I've been noticing, and this is a side conversation. We're not watching any tanks today, but this is something I've been seeing a lot in replays I've been doing for lessons. You know, helping out either teams or individuals. But check out Sylvanas here. Not the Sylvanas, the Sylvana. Slyvana. Check out Johanna here. So, big guns oversteps her. Gul'dan needs to life tap. Should have done that earlier, right? Now he's going to be scared. He's going to be running while he has to life tap. Not the best idea. But as long as Rhaegar gets past Johanna, we could defend this pretty well. But Johanna gets hurted. Actually, in this case, against a very low amount of damage. And ends up being kind of early out. And this happens a lot against burst teams. Is the tank will be the first one out. This isn't too extreme of an example, but the tank will always be the first one out against high burst teams. When what really needs to happen is maybe the tank needs to die. Maybe the tank should die. Just explode, right? Kind of like we do with Diablo. And then in the absence of all the cooldowns on the enemy team, they end up cleaning up. Grant, you know, right now Jane is not here. It's sustained damage with Sonya, but it's an interesting thing to think about, particularly if you're tanking. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to soak all that burst damage. That's what you're there to do. Now, in this case, it was just a simple mistake. This is something I watch out for myself a lot. Johanna decided to go a different way than the party was actually fighting from. This happens to me all the time right now. I'm really watching out for it on myself. But if my team wants to come around like this, I'm thinking, oh, cool. Okay, so they're gonna... It's like Stitches, he's big and fat. And there's like a Lily, and then like, I don't know, something else. Something like a Vala. They're all trying to come from this angle. So I'm like, you know what? This is really clogged. There's no way I'm forcing my Greymane body through this. I'm going to come like this. And I'm going to start poking over here. But before I know it, some tank has pushed these guys back. And then Kerrigan's in my face. And I'm all off by myself here while my team's pushed off that way. So something I'm learning right now and working on is my positioning with my team. Making sure, even though this ball scares me a lot, if there's nothing really to be afraid of, if there's no Artanis that's going to take advantage of that stack, or some Maw or Ultimate that's going to completely obliterate this, stay on the side of my team. This is dangerous. I'm going to get isolated. Anyway, 2 rants. Now we're back. Back to Merge. A little bit of indecision. Greymane wants to get back on this, I guess. Tyrael's been picking a fight for a while now. Ooh, we got a Jaina in the bottom. Oh, what? Ah, the old sneaky Jaina. Okay, they get her. They get her. Tyrael ends up going down. Nice little cubby for Gul'dan to do his business, but he's on cooldown at the moment. So what went wrong there? Let's see if Merge could have done anything. This is a pretty little hectic situation. So our Merge rides in. We all go on Jaina, because that was foolish. We all get hurt by the third wave, forgetting that there's a third wave for now. That's understandable. There's a disengage that gets us into human form, and unable to disengage later. I think you did the best you could there. Let's see. Where is our... I guess she's dead. We can't select her while she's dead. Just curious if Johanna died with Laws of Hope. No, she did. She had on cooldown. Now we missed out on a death. Ah, so we reinsert. We face check a little bit. And Monk is able to clean us up. Interesting. With Overtake, huh? Deadly Reach, active movement speed. Still Transcendence, but don't really get to see Overtake too much. But it would help you stay engaged. An interesting pick. Johanna's coming back in, but oh! Gul'dan gets hit. And this Monk aggression. Actually, what? He doesn't have his level 7 picked out at the moment, but he's probably gonna go... No, he's gonna go Echoes of Heaven. Interesting. What a strange build. Not horribly crazy strange, but just judging by his body language, didn't expect that. Anyway, we got a Greymane pushing out people in the middle.
It's over for now, but don't get too comfortable. The infested will return again.
The first question was good, Gul'dan. The second one... But we didn't really play to the night phase there. It was all herding cats. Meanwhile, we got Merg here in a master skin. With all these neutrals. Scary little environment for him to be in. Nice kill, though. A little bit of blizzard damage. Such a big deal. It really is. It doesn't matter on all characters, but taking any damage on Greymane is such a huge problem. I mean, what if an objective popped right now? We'd be in a lot of trouble. Terror coming down the bottom. Looks like we're gonna get ourselves some Wizened Duelist. And Thick Skin. Interesting. The Thick Skin is for Sonya. If that's your thought process, that's pretty cute. But Sonya actually went block. So she doesn't get bonus health from her auto attacks. So the block for us isn't going to be highly effective. I'd rather see Eyes in the Dark to hold on to those Wizened Duelist stats. But you got double tank. Maybe that's what you're thinking. Uh-oh, right into the polymorph circle. Nice roll again. Oh, Johanna. She is not personifying this well. Could be as simple as that Laws of Hope is being used too late as some sort of life-saving heal rather than a sustain at 3/4 health kind of heal. Keep you going sort of thing. Oh. Okay, it's not followed up by another blizzard. Oh, Tyrael, you couldn't relax through it. This is interesting. I mean, really seeing how it's come together. It's a little different right now because they're 2 levels up. And they're all targeting this Muradin. Luckily for them, nothing bad's happening in the background because Jaina has no mana. But if Jaina did have mana, whew, that would have been some awful targeting. But we're already seeing what I was talking about at the very start of this replay. This team over here is a lot more bursty. They're continuing to get these quick kills, whereas our team has to take a really long time, even with Greymane. I mean, Greymane is our burst, sustain, bruiser, tank, full tank, and just ignore the talents, but, you know, and full support. And Rhaegar, he does decent damage. He's not upping his damage at all, so it's a long, sustainy kind of fight. And with Gul'dan, it's not even efficient. It's not auto attacks. It costs health. And everything's pretty expensive. So our team wins maybe the long fights, but we kind of kill ourselves. We don't regenerate on Greymane. We don't regenerate on Gul'dan. It's a rough draft. And on the surface, it looks like it's okay, but we're starting to see the shortcomings. Again, 2 levels down right now, so. Could Merg have picked something better? You know, maybe Thrall in this case, right? Granted, you know, it takes practice on Thrall. I don't like Thrall just as a character, you know. I don't really want to play Thrall. Elephants guide me and all that. Not really interested. But he does have some self-sustain on himself. That or Greymane really needs to hang out with Tyrael, but we really can't control that. I mean, if we're going for dream scenarios here, oh my goodness. If we're completely, well, there's some stuff going on in the background, but one moment. If we're going to really, really make this work, we completely change Tyrael. Like, just from the get-go. We just grab him. Let's go to Tyrael. Because what he really needs is protection and death. I mean, it's such a shame to see the build he's doing. Because I guess he's trying to make up for damage, but all our damage is on Greymane. So why not just protect the Greymane? Isn't that why we have a dive tank in the first place? We're bronze here, right? So it's okay. But yeah, we want that, you can do it. Protection and death, so you can explode on top of your Greymane and dive in with him. We are going to die, so we want probably, what? I like Swift Retribution with Greymane, that's good. Zealotry. Maybe some Sanctification. We'll see what he gets at 10. He might end up going for it in the end, but right now, his build's just kind of unspecified for the current situation, perhaps. But I'm aware that they have the Johanna, so he probably thinks he needs to bring the damage. Either way, Greymane explodes. A nice little comp of 3. We had a tank, we had a support, we had damage, but this just keeps coming. And that's gross. Here comes Silent Sword around the side. Not exactly inspiring confidence with his neutral horse and his neutral skin. Sylvanas gets the top, escorting some giants. Tyrael's getting to work, though. And he can get out of most of these situations. Greymane's back up. Big Gun's taking some splash damage off of those giants. Ah, well, here they definitely come. A complete question as to what the approach angle is, so we have to take a look at Sylvanas and Jaina to decide here. Looks like they're actually going to linger a bit. Yeah. Nice barking. Good use of the second set to get your movement speed. I like that. Honestly, if we want to be more nitpicky, let's do the disengage roll to get up to her, then auto-attack her, then go for the throat. Whittle her down. Maybe even, if you can, hit her with the Gilneas cocktail. But it ends up working out just fine. So it is going to be Judgment for Tyrael. That was a high-value explosion. Oh! Ancestral misses. The Divine Palm does go off on the wrong guy, though. I guess Monk should have used an alt-click there in order to make that work. But sadly, the double tank of the enemy team, which is a lot higher damage and a lot better on the CC, right? I mean, we got ourselves a Blessed Shield, but as we were talking with Dreadnought, Stormbolt does the exact same thing, maybe even better. And Greymane likes his guys held still by some CC. So maybe Tyrael will get us that holy ground. Make us some good shapes later on that we can really take advantage of. I don't think this is out by any means. Good job getting into Worgen form there, might as well. Nice use of swipe to carry yourself. Toe just barely in, but you're good, you're good. Yeah, look at that, burn. Burn them buildings. Diesel Rose. Nice. That's a good name for a truck. Wow. Here they all come, though. We had to use Blessed Shield to get that hit. Probably didn't have to. One more wave, don't walk in it. Okay, we're all good. Tyrael, just accept your fate, man. And blow. Nice one. Now Gul'dan. Confidence. Really good confidence by our Merg. And Gul'dan really could have stood still through that entire fight and just wailed on them. Instead, he was doing that little dance. He's got good auto attacks. Don't be dancing so much. Oh, it completely whiffs the corruption. Tyrael's back up. This is a good call, though. There is something wrong here, though. Like, something essential is being missed by this Slyvana. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, you're gonna have to readjust. Yes, the personality of invincibility is not being encapsulated. Burning Rage, too, so they think they're some sort of marauder, maybe. I think Burning Rage is a great talent for Johanna. I just find the players who often take it think of themselves as damage machines, and not so much the invincible wall they should be personifying. But you're locked here, and that's fine. Cleaning things up.
We should take this mercenary camp.
I agree. What are we thinking? We're thinking maybe, yeah, maybe, uh-oh. Whoa, oh, no. Oh, wait. Nope, they're gonna run. Okay, you're okay. And Rhaegar goes down. Tyrael charges right into the blizzard. Nice dodge, but a silence on top of it. Ooh. They just seem to have... What, dude? Are you for real, Rhaegar? It was okay. Yeah, let him go. Just be decisive. No, you got stuff to do. Bottom can be cleaned up. There's no use chasing this Muradin. Don't. Okay. You're good, man. You're good. But just be decisive. It keeps up that scary persona. Chase him to here. Oh, well, he's getting away. Cool. Break it. Disappear into the shadows. Looks like we finally made it all onto one half of the map. Now they're gonna come up fresh and pissed. So they may charge down to this bottom. There's a Tyrael. Cool, I like seeing him ride that. Now we're real low health. Another thing we could have done with that time we had was get topped off. Now Johanna's backed out because she wants to ride. It's a tank for a tank, so it's not a bad thing. But now this brought you up away from your healer, and now we've ended up in this situation. Having to run for it. Luckily, Monk didn't go too aggressive on his build. Yeah, but no 100 fists. Tyrael finds him. This is good, though. Getting a little split, though. I don't really like our orc bros hanging out in the middle. And then Diesel Rose is gonna book by. Here comes the tank, but they're gonna deal with the terror. So this is okay. As long as Tyrael's doing a good job and Merg can keep his health high, those hits are costing you every bit. It's actually Tyrael's job. You want to get some of the seeds grabbed, I see ya. But Tyrael would have to be more inside the target than you to make sure you avoid taking that damage. Uh-oh. Rude as Sonya comes in. Hey, you know, actually, you know what? Nice roll. That Tyrael actually did enable you to grab all the seeds. It wasn't a bad call. Gul'dan is pretty far... Oh, no, he's almost done. He's almost done with his quest. Oh, no, Rhaegar. Where was everybody? Well, how'd you get back here, man? Everyone ran away. Well, the fight was over, Captain. Yeah. Well said, Tyrael. Silent Sword heading down. Wants to take some giants. He can do those by himself. It takes a while, but he can get out of there with little health loss. So fire it up. And no, I mean, sure, they got buildings in the top and bottom, forts and all, but it's static XP. So there's no reason why our guys can't get themselves a terror in this next night phase. Clear up the top, clear up the bottom, even it out, get 20, go for a win. And honestly, I don't know why I expect a level of humbleness in bronze or silver. You know, maybe an admittance of one's skill level. But I've also seen pro players streaming at Grandmaster getting yelled at by their teammates and like big name people, right? People you would think that if you're in Grandmaster, you would certainly know. But when you get up there, they're all Grandmasters. So these Grandmasters are the same rank as the pro player. They have no respect for the pro player because we're all the same rank. Shut up and listen to me. I'm just as good as you, not better. So I guess the same thing happens down in bronze. All these people thinking they don't deserve to be here. But so many odd choices, you know? Nice sight on. That was a good move, man. Yeah, barked all over that Jaina. Nice. I'm not unimpressed by what you're doing. And then you go salvation because you're never... I don't know, man. That Tyrael build makes no sense for the situation. It would make no sense in a solo tanking. I'm not sure what he's hoping to achieve with said build. But we're closing in. Almost got our 20. They seem to be avoiding fights, even if it's not conscious. Though they are very visible on the map. I mean, clearly the enemy team's right here, if they're not right here. There's two options. Either they're about to kill us, or they're in the most obvious little pit in the world, and we can't really get them because they got 20 and we don't at the moment. And it's going to be Cold Snap. Actually, that'll do really well this game. There's been a lot of people hanging out in that middle area. Ooh. Unstoppable force. A bit much, perhaps, but if it equals a kill and we start staggering deaths, absolutely worth it. Such a short cooldown on Judgment as well. A good fear. And Gul'dan stays invested. That's gonna hurt quite a bit, though. Luckily, the root lets go in time. Oh, nice. That was nice. Excellent, now you're topped off. It did take an ultimate, but with 4 down, I think that's good. I would like to see you take the bot. The Terror will always be there waiting for you. Start putting some pressure on their keeps. From Greymane, you know, a ping or two here, I think would have encouraged it. Particularly if you really started applying yourself in the wall. I think you could have shot called this just fine, even from the carry position. There goes Slyvana, back to ride it again. Enemy characters are starting to come up, but, you know, we've still got time. We've still got time here. Ooh, scary root, but it'll be okay. I would say, though, back out of this. This is that permanent health loss. This is really going to just neuter any fight, pun intended, that Greymane tries to get into. And then you instantly explode there, too. I would have just waited for the Tyrael to take it over. I think you were in a hurry, and understandable, but you're equal level now. You guys have a terror. There's no need to pressure this and speed it up. And he's going to turn around too late. Yeah, he didn't notice. That's Tyrael and Greymane down. Well, luckily there's a terror going, and it's making some good noise. They got their own, though. Can it get across the map in less than 35 seconds. Oh, that blizzard. I'm gonna do some real work. Getting body blocked on another terror. And this is gonna be a long walk home for Johanna. Oh, no big guns! You used the encouragement button! Why would she think that was okay? But Storm Shield came out and she said, oh, that's what you want me to do. Yeah, I'll totally engage this. I got it, man. No worries. Another Condemned dragging up Monk to do more damage there, perhaps. A blind out in front. It did blind the terror, right? But there's a whole pile of things to blind in the back. Don't go down. Don't go down. Okay. They're all in the core, though, now. Do we have a sweet Horrify? Yes, we do. That's really what we need. Tyrael charges in. They're not going to target him, though. Okay, good barking. 2 down. 2 damage. I think they just apply themselves, though. Tyrael goes down. Explosion. Pushing him back. Murden's got to run. Savant's got to run. 15% left. Our dude mounts up. Gonna pursue. Good use, good use. Nice job. Well done. Unfettered Assault there, carrying you forward. I think that's easier to use than on the prowl. Oh! What? No. Aw. What? We were so hopeful. Oh, we chase Muradin. And the catapults in the back take it. Ah, he was the juiciest bait. Ah, that stinks. That's a lame ending. So for you did really great merge. I liked a lot of what you did. I think you lost track of your health a couple times, and the fights broke out with you in the front with that half health, which is more than Nubarak's half health, apparently, but it's still not a lot. And then Rhaegar wasn't exactly skilled enough to help you do that carry. Same with Tyrael. So you're really on your own here, and I think you had to be your own agent and manage that health. I mean, not that big guns or Rhaegar here did a bad job healing, putting out heals, but the decision-making of where to be and how often he went down without the group, or you've sort of felt alone on the field without support from your tank or your support, definitely leaves your Greymane with a little bit more responsibility, almost like you're playing quick match Greymane. And if that's what it's gonna be, man, you know, maybe Thrall, right? I mean, if you can't get the heals, if you can't get the support in order to pull off a Greymane, at least Thrall can take care of himself a little bit. And he's got that poking, you know, that shot-calling Earthquake. You got some great barks, though. You got a Master Skin, too. I don't want you to move off Greymane, but just something interesting to think about, how you might have to change your style. This is a really good Greymane for gold. What do your other heroes look like? That's another thought, right? I mean, I've seen a lot of good supports. I've seen Brightwings that blow my mind, and I go, man, this Brightwing's diamond ready. However, what happens when you have to tank? What happens on your other assassins? How do you play your burst? How do you play your support? Maybe those are bronze right along with everyone else. This Greymane just happens to be a higher level than your other things. So definitely take a look at your roster and see what else you can do. This was a very interesting game, though. I'm very sad it ended for you like this. I don't think you win right now. Not unless Johanna or Jaina comes out of the box and instantly explodes and makes a positional mistake, and then Sonya gets staggered after that. That's really the only way you guys win right now. But catapults like that, when we're chasing a Muradin, what a shame. And that could be on us, too, to notice. If I choose the map. Wonder what Spider Queen has to say. I guess it would be spawn spiders. Win rate with first and second web reserve. Oh, so when you get both. When you get just the first. Ended with a web. Oh, wow. That's actually kind of low. That'll be interesting. I'll have to digest that info and see what I can make out of it. Bosses are important, indeed. Let's watch our next one here. Newbie Booby. This is Newbie Booby's Kerrigan on Battlefield of Eternity, a silver rank 3 player. It's a story you've heard before. Didn't play any MOBAs before HOTS. Hero League too early, perhaps. Those sort of things. Good to have a Kerrigan, though, today. Now, this is on the current patch, so Kerrigan here has additional health. Some 200 additional health that she won't have come tomorrow. But looks like Newbie Booby's got himself a nice Kerrigan skin. That hairdo on that bat. I love everything about the spells, but I couldn't. This ice cream hairstyle is just too wacky. Though I guess now we have a bat form Arthas too, don't we? Does that mean... I don't know, does it have its own lore? Illidan? Oh, because the blinds and... Yeah, it's a good observation. This chunk of land in between the two is just so thick that actually getting good rotations out on this map are usually pretty difficult. Well, let's see what's cooking here. Ooh. Level 1 Hopelessness. What is that for, Johanna? Interesting. I guess there wouldn't be too many regen globes here. Maybe he's concerned about not winning the objective? I don't know, but you got Conjurer's Pursuit right here. Cruel Spores, man. Silver Cruel Spores. I bet we're going to see that screwed up every time. And that's just... Me and Lunara, we go way back, you know? I actually had a guy email me this week and for ITN telling me to stop talking about Nazebo. Stop preaching the good word about Nazebo, man. He sucks. And I spend all my weeks telling people not to pick Nazebo. It's all personal experience, right? I see good Nazebos, you see bad Nazebos. Everyone says Lunara's amazing. I don't want to see her in my game. So, we all have our personal experiences. So then we got Zool, Li Ming, Lili, Johanna, and Kerrigan. There's some good follow-ups there. And we got blinds for Illidan. Malfurion. Blinds also work well on our Dryad opponent. Jaina, and the Skeleton King is the main tank. So Illidan and Lunara flip all over the darn Immortal. Jaina's Zones of Swords. Skeleton King and Malfurion don't have any real application there. Hoping to see a magic missile build out of Li Ming for the map. And then we got some sharpened blades, and we can assume we're going to hit that 7 increase. Do the whole primal what's it that causes damage in an area around us. Kerrigan's not as combo dependent as she once was. Now you can miss it. And the delay it causes enough to get you 1 or 2 auto attacks out if they dodge it sideways, so you're still pretty good. Nice stun, jeez. Kerrigan's damage. It's just crazy. Alright. Digimortal. Maybe he likes Digimon. Wonder how he feels about Pokemon Go. Curious to see what kind of damage Kerrigan can put out on Battlefield of Eternity. Not usually noted as one of our crazier auto attackers, but, you know, nowadays, that's pretty darn good damage, and you got all your spells to help out, too. So, kind of like we talked about with the mid madness. Of course, esportsing the mid doesn't really happen on Battlefield of Eternity. But we can take a look at these two comps and take a guess as to who wins the objective and what sort of plan we should make as to who's going to defend what. So we got Kerrigan and Li Ming. Oh, good, our specs broke again. Awesome. Impale Skeleton King. So, Li Ming, we're still not level 4, so we don't know if she's going to do a magic missile build. At this level, I think Lunara, Illidan, Jaina win the immortal race if we just had a flat-on race. So probably best to go put our Johanna on defense. I like putting only the tank on defense. It does mean you don't have a line to address the enemy if they come in, but you got Zul, you got Kerrigan, you got enough melee that at least the Li Ming and the Li won't explode. Zul and Li still in the lane doing some business, but judging by those low healths, I can see why they would want to. Still a bit of a shame, though. Okay, Newbie Booby's moving in. Nope, nope. Deciding against it. Here comes Lily. Okay. Wants to fight. Fighting's fun. Good stun. And a tap. That's all it takes. A flail gets him. Oh, that was a interesting little move. Yeah, jumping up there. Getting stunned a bit, but there are lower targets. Look at that. It's such a classic textbook example of blood in the water shark mentality. As Newbie Booby is hit by a stun. Not only that, but almost isolated in range by scares off Lunara. But this low health here just occupies the entire attention of everything. I mean, it's so exposed, and still this Drow, not Drow, this Lunara keeps on burning the back. These lower health characters. Not another one. Okay, good. Looks like Lily might actually get out too. What touched her? Oh, it was a spit out of the little dragon. The Psionic Pulse. Yep, there it is. Also getting a nerf tomorrow. So, the Lees are on their way back out. But that enemy team is burning. Yeah, we don't win these races at all. We have to put Johanna on defense each time. Oh, that's a scary situation. Nice unstoppable, though. A little late for my tastes. Just, oh, yeah, we all turn around and face the Illidan. No need to be scared of him. It's a decent little route. Looks like your team still needed you, though. As long as everyone gets out, it'll be okay, but... Oh. And a touch. Okay. Good of you sticking around. Participating a little bit. They want to keep fighting, though. They don't want this to stop. If only the fighting part was unfun, and the objective part was the most fun part, then we wouldn't have these problems. The funny part is, though, that they got themselves worked into the defense because they were having so much fun attacking the enemy team. Now that it's race, we managed to actually burn through it enough. We get an immortal. So in this case, Skeleton King did pick the right talent spec. Oh wow, really investing heavily in it. These are scary things to do. You miss one Drain Hope, and you're out your whole hand. Played your whole hand to do one spell, to get one sweet combo on the Hearthstone board. I mean, certainly at this point we can say that the combo needs work. The drag does not equal a stun, and both are coming out in a good amount of time, and they're rightfully timed. But we're grabbing things and not dragging it far enough, or we're dragging things too far and ruining our stun. That's all practice. There's nothing much else to say to that. Just keep on playing Kerrigan. Play some more Kerrigan after this. Once you get to 10, though, we'll take a look at how your dives are, how your team engages are. That was pretty good. Still missed the Skeleton King, but yes. It killed the Jaina, and that's what we want. Now Skeleton King's not going to be able to do too much. Again, an over drag. Would have been a kill, too. Zool's doing business down in the bottom. Metal Vampire. What a great Zool name. Newbie Booby getting some work done. Probably gonna have to hearth for some mana and a little bit of health when that's all over. Huh? What the? Were you chasing someone down there, Force BG? What were you doing down there? Cool. Good time to top off. And we're 7, and we did not take the increased stun area. Doing Assimilation Mastery, which is our second highest win rate talent, level 7. Actually, the highest win rate talent is actually Battle Momentum right now, funnily enough. It's not actually that giant stun, as I thought it might have been. This is good, though. You took your time getting out, and now you're not being targeted by anything, so we're not burning any health. Oh, nice one. Either way, she's scared. Lunara got to go use a well or hearth back. That's pretty good. How's our Li Ming shaping up? Oh, it's a Calamity build. So, yeah, no, there's a number of problems with this. One, it's Battlefield of Eternity. We don't really have Lunara or any kind of crazy objective princess. I mean, even Butcher I would call an objective princess. Because on this map, you burn through the objective. Or Greymane, or anything like that. So to go with a Calamity build, when we have 3 melee already, there's not even going to be room for you, honey. Plus, you're going to use that teleport to get out of the range of a blizzard. Or escape from an entomb, if that happens. Or run away from Illidan in most cases. I do not see the opportunity for much Calamity in this comp. But we're applying ourselves nice and early, so that's good. And not like these Kerrigan auto attacks or anything to scoff at. Look at that little energy damage, too. 34. Building up those big old 17 shields and whatnot. In the back. Oh, the 17 shields from the auto attack. Nice delay, though. Good job not diving into that. Even though you didn't have a dive on cooldown. Still. Focus, yeah. This is all real cute and fun. This is all fun, I guess, is the real problem. But you can be on the objective here. This is all going a little crazy, and in fact, we're starting to get a little split up, which is letting Illidan and Jaina when she comes back. I mean, our other characters are going to start to do our business. Li Ming is out of mana due to this fight. And we're going to apply ourselves now. But there's the swap that was going to happen a second earlier. We could have had that fight during the swap, then get back on it while Skeleton King and Illidan are down. Now, of course, not that Newbie Booby's in control of all these things, but she's such a priority player right now, Kerrigan. She's going to be picked up. It's like the Kael'thas. Everyone is watching the Kerrigan. So you can do a lot of shot calling just by what you choose to do. Uh-oh. That was a good dragon, but our Lily is entirely out of mana right now. And against the sustain of Lunara and Illidan, this may go poorly. In fact, here comes Newbie Booby, also requiring some aid. I don't know if the shield would be enough to sustain everything. Looks like, oh, she had one more heal in her. Time to hearth out. This Illidan Lunara sustain is just way too much when we're running along, man. Oh, I appreciate it. And I'm sure Force does too. But scary moment there. But look at these champions. Staying focused. They're all going to collapse back on him. That may be a dead Jaina. Li Ming. And the hunt. Quick hunt. Off angle, those are going to happen, right? But it's all adding to the things we can work on to become a better Kerrigan. Good focus, though. But they're doing a good job avoiding the tank, too. I guess this will be your life. Let's go back a moment and see the actual health on that thing. We got, yeah. We got prodded by the Johanna to go ham. She's like, oh, just poke it. Just focus. And so, Kerrigan, naturally receiving said feedback, died for this. But here comes Li Ming, who would do an arcane orb and clean this up, or magic missile. I mean, anything. Really finishes up 400 health. So this was not worth dying for in the end, huh? I mean, granted, you know, Newbie's already in here doing the damage. So more than 400 health would be needed to take this thing. But there's no need to sacrifice any lives here. This is a mistake I make, too. I walk away, I say work, right? In my head, I'm thinking, yeah, I did the right thing. That was pretty good. High fives all around, everybody. When actually we would have had that anyway. In fact, I mean, what if we imagine that we say, it's good, let's soak. Let's go kill this top out. Let's go kill this bottom. There might be some camps and stuff we can do. All those would be pretty good things. And then we can just tap that thing when we're ready. Still get it. Takes coordination. Takes a team. But maybe over time we'll get that, just like we do with, you know, delaying certain mercenary camps. That information does make its way. Does it make its way down to silver? Maybe not. Maybe it's a bit complex for silver. Nara's putting out good damage. Real slow on the resets on Li Ming, too. But we all have our characters that we have to master. That's pretty good. Oh, we're all on cooldown, but we're shocking the Lunara. Nice. And that leaf's going to carry us out of the blizzard, so that's pretty darn good. He almost had a drag. Oh, no, from across the map. A bit deep, an old Drain Hope ticking us in the background. But mostly Kona Cold, wasn't it, in the hunt? What's going on there? Oh, that was just normal old. I saw this one and thought Lunara had gone a certain talent. And it looks like it's actually not Nature's Calling, it's Wild Vigor, which is serving them well in battles. And they got the lane clear at Jaina, so, you know, Lunara's not horribly in the wrong here to avoid Thornwood Vine. That's true. It's a true statement, but you did die twice for it. Once when you died up here, and once down here. So the value on the Immortal was definitely countered a bit by 2 deaths out of you. One, we'd still be questioning it, like we were at the first one. So the second one, we definitely questioned. But you did get some kills, and it's tough to judge in a one-on-one kind of scenario. But as a group scenario, as the team goes, it was a bit detrimental. So Mercenary Camp is up. Looks like Li Ming's trying to do a little bit of zoning for the Zul. Zul completes his task. Leaving Johanna to do some of that zoning out in front too. Ooh, Blizzard comes down, stopping Li Ming from getting involved in the battle. Now Zul's coming from the side. Okay, there's a Bone Prison on Illidan. Nice Arcane Orb connect. Ooh, Circle of Frost. Ring of Frost does a lot. And all this time, Kerrigan is missing. Is there a sign, though? Here she comes. Might even feel great about this. You got Maelstrom ready, too. It's a bit early for that, though. You gotta get to 16 and get that increased assimilation. Wow, brutal. That was pretty rough. So, let's rewind here. Let's see what the... I mean, what's actually telegraphed here? Because I don't think you're in the wrong to be doing what you're doing. Because you want to take a camp. And you sense in your bones that the objective's going to come soon. It's been a while. You've had 2 deaths. So clearly the objective's going to come up soon. I like this choice. But what could we have read into that said this was going to be a full-on 4v5? I mean, this location here, and Lily moving in. Lily makes a choice not to help you out, even though she kind of turns around down here in the bottom. Going this way. Now they're all sort of scrambling around. But you would assume in a sane environment they'd be avoiding a fight, right? But they don't. They just apply themselves hard. Here you probably are looking at it, you just want to finish up. There's the hunt. Oh, we're not going to not take the pad that we're standing on. And we end up being late for everything. That's tough. And yes, the Maelstrom was used too late here to actually have much warrant. You got scared, you went through the blizzard. It ended up going poorly. Now Johanna's going to do the wrong thing and stress you out further. After she already caused the initial stress out. Yeah, that's really bad sad face. Thanks, Johanna. That is kind of true. And that's kind of true, too. I think you were in the right. You wanted to avoid fights. Your team avoids fights better, and it's tough to say. But now we're applying ourselves. Let's see. That race, though. And actually, what does it cost him? You know, that's something else to look at. Look at all this mana. Innervate going. No mana on Illidan, of course. And for us, you know, we're okay. It costs us quite a bit of Li Ming mana. We'll see if that bites her in the butt in a moment. Let's see what happens. We can't 5v5 and then Johanna applies herself like this is the difference between your fact and your body language. These are where the two aren't meeting up. You have an idea. She's probably got a great idea. She's thinking, I'm going to zone for everyone. I'm going to be loud. My team can go burn the Immortal while I slowly lose health and use all my abilities. But what she's actually doing is saying, hey guys, oh, I want to fight. Look at how I'm positioned. Yeah, look, I want to beat up Skeleton King. Good on you, though. Good combo. Doing a good job versus Illidan. Stand that ground. Yeah, don't run away. Stay close to that healer. That was too panicked. Let's see your cooldowns. Yeah, we got a stun. And we're still running. Look, you walked him off your own stud. Always, just don't run away from the Illidan. In most cases, right? It's a real-time game. You're gonna make choices. Ah. And this is where a cups would be lovely, wouldn't it? Oh, but Illidan bites it. He's silver too, isn't he? Look, she's like, no, this isn't what I wanted. It's exactly what you told your team you wanted, Johanna. We all saw this. What about Lily? And she's got a Shadowpaw skin on, man. You can't expect Shadowpaw Lilies to focus on healing when they have all these fancy spells. The lightning, or the serpent isn't gonna quite be as useful here because everything's so cheap. If it's not cheap, it's burst. So very little is being negated through the healing in this game. What was that bit of strategy? Again, Zula and Lily should be wherever the Illidan is. Is that because you died? You wanted a bone prison to help you out of there? I still think you should have stood your ground, but I understand the critique. Here comes their Immortal. We have completed our Calamity build. We've completed our Serpent build. Another damaged Johanna. Nothing really wrong with that, but now we have aggressive defense and double strike. So we'll be doing a lot better, but of course 20 is when Maelstrom gets real sweet. Another great hunt right on Lily. What was she doing? What were you doing there, Lily? What brought you out so far? Ah. Yes, you were defending. And then you got stuck in the stun, and then, yeah. Alright, that'll do it, won't it? Nice job. I think you're right to turn this ship around, though. I mean, if we use our cooldowns differently there. One thing you might want to consider, and this happens a lot to Muradins, is don't leap into an engage that you can walk into. Maybe that's a problem. Save those ravages for what you can actually kill. Because here we leap. And we Maelstrom late. Now we have no leap to reposition the Maelstrom. I honestly think you could have just mounted up, walked in here. Or ran in here almost Diablo style, started the fight, activated the Maelstrom, and then had that leap ready to actually get something done. The dream is always that you jump and instantly kill the thing, and everything goes great, but I like this relocation, this refocusing towards the boss. We were definitely seduced too far out. That's a lot of damage on Johanna. What's she gonna have to say this time? Lol. Yep, don't you say GG. That's it? Well, Zul's already green. Not only that, oh dear. Nice application. Looks like you're getting chilled by something. Oh, okay, it was ice barrier. Gotcha. That was what was giving her a shield. Some of her damage turns into shielding. Once they're frosted, though. With frostbite. So not an extremely powerful talent, but did give her some sustainability there. Pretty clear they're gonna loop around this way. Yep, here they come. 2 levels down, and we don't win objective races. We gotta clean this up real quick. And there's Illidan. Why would Illidan be off by himself if he doesn't have friends? Johanna doing a good job now. Not going too far. No, don't be seduced. Johanna rightfully pings retreat there. I mean, if they're willing to seduce you, they should have put out something more juicy like the Malfurion. Good on you to wait. Yes. Nice job not face checking that. They don't really have a Bush team, but still for the best. And you guys are doing some good damage. I think you might. Oh, they end up winning just by a little bit. So we're just gonna do a gentleman's swap. I think someone needs to go in there, but no one really survives long enough. It'd have to be like Johanna and Lily with blinds and disruption and everything else like that. But wow, Illidan chooses to defend. And throws it away. Not even a good defense. He doesn't have any poke. I don't know what he hoped to do there. So Illidan threw it. And you guys get the immortal. All right. No, Lily, not first. Johanna first. Yes. There's the Calamity. I completely lost track of our Kerrigan. Let's watch that again. All right, here we go. Kerrigan. Comes around the side. Leaps. Boy, Jaina lasted a long time, didn't she? All right, there's the Maelstrom. Doing some good damage, producing some decent shields. Still level 18, though. They're able to sweep through the back while Li Ming is shrunk. And Johanna goes down and says awful. So Li Ming, as shrunk, was no longer providing a scary backline, and they basically just dove the Lily, destroying her And you can't kill her. What? You know, in that particular situation, Johanna, my dear, the Ring of Frost, the Cold Snap, and the Snowstorm brought down such a mighty wave of damage that the Ice Barrier powered her through all the burst your team had. And you guys end up wailing on her for too long. And in that time, Illidan and Skeleton King were able to get to the back line. And Li Ming falls to the Illidan. So Lily up, Johanna up. We're not going to lose here. And there are catapults now for our team. I don't know how you say relax and focus well, but you're... Yes. No, we're not. No. Good job, Newbie. Good on you. Relax and focus are two trigger words for a lot of people. I'd avoid them, but I think you're 100% right here. You're not wrong to say. But what happened there now? So Johanna shows up. Here comes Lily. Illidan hot pursuit. We apply ourselves hard as just these two, when clearly there is more to come. Those are good blinds. Oh, but there's Lunara. Yep. Ouch. Yeah, the blinds were already out. They did happen. Now Johanna's a very lonely, long walk home without 20. Oh, man. Oh, it's right then, too, isn't it? That's all we needed. You did. Oh, hey, she admitted it. Ah, little fireworks. Just she admitted her faults. It never happens. Kerrigan goes down. Oh, looks like we got too scared. We took Bolt of the Storm and kind of broke our plan. I understand that. But Li Ming goes down. I understand you got scared. Omega Storm, though, the size, the shield amount, that's what allows you to dive in on 5 people and be a beast. So I disagree with the Bolt of the Storm, even when you're behind like this. You guys need to win organized play, not split little jumpies, escape the last minute kind of play, because Illidan has the hunt. If you blink away, he'll be on you still. And that'll be the end. Lily's blinds seemed okay, though. I'm sure they could have been better. I wasn't really watching. But I wouldn't target that as the fault here. I honestly, if we talk about this game in a vacuum, and everyone went in combat, performed all their abilities perfectly, then I think Johanna stressed out your team, and there need to be better shots called and more organized play to defeat this kind of team that wins the objective. That's what I was saying with, leave Kerrigan and Li Ming on the objective, and let's put our healer and our blind, both with blinds too. Let's put them on defense and cause some chaos over in the stun pit. And maybe you guys can delay out long enough that way. I think you do. Now, we remove the vacuum, and you were missing your combos. You dragged too far and missed the stun. You dragged not far enough and missed the stun. Abilities were used late in some situations, and that happened for every single person there. I mean, Johanna wasn't a shining beacon of ability usage and efficiency. But you can improve that on that end as well. Or you can choose to notice these sort of game knowledge things and climb yourself up that way. So you do have two choices right now. With our previous replay, the Greymane was, I think the mechanical skills were high enough that we're talking game knowledge to bring him up. Here, I think you can go with either. There's room for both are about the same. Your game knowledge presented and your mechanical skills presented are both at the same level. So you can choose to play a lot more Kerrigan and get better at Kerrigan to move up, or you can replace that with shot calls, game knowledge, and sort of pull your whole team up with you. I don't think one is easier than the other. One, you're amazing. One, you're amazing. They're just amazing in two ways. A vocal way and a applicable skill way. Muscle memory, finger strength kind of way. So, your choice. Room for improvement, though. That was That was an interesting game. Thanks for sending it over. Alright, Soph's Silver Tracer. We're back on Garden of Terror today. Says howdy. This replay is from a recent Hero League game in which I played Tracer. I was partied with the Brightwing. The Arthas and the Jaina were also grouped. Ice Team. Nice. Good to see some theming. Spoiler alert. Oh, well, we won't read any further then. Let's find our Tracer. Now, of course, we don't know how the draft went. So we're not sure if the Tracer was picked up early or if it's for an exact reason. Might be interesting to know. Tracer, you know, if I could play every single character in the world perfectly, and I could take them all situationally, Tracer is what I would want against Morales, right? Some sort of backline that I can decimate. Some sort of skill shot backline, even more so. So we got a Li Ming here. That's certainly a target. But outside of that, everything else gives us a little bit of issues. Either bites us in the face, or tries to put a bone prison on us, or flips all over us. I don't think that... Actually, of all the, you know, melee assassins, Illidan's certainly going to be one of the better ones to take out Tracer. Outside of, like, extreme situations such as a Lamb for the Slaughter lands on Tracer, and then she's locked down with the Butcher. But, again, I don't know if you pick Butcher after seeing a Tracer and go, I got this, guys. No worries, I'm on it. But as for actual concerns, it probably will be the Bone Prison coming on us the most. Other than that, you know, getting grabbed by Diablo, particularly if he takes Domination at 16, where he can actually stun juggle you for a long time, is something we'll have to be concerned about. In fact, you know, I don't even know anymore. Can Diablo get a second charge of Overpower anymore? Yeah, okay, he can. But it's on the same level as Domination, which where I want to put you in a hallway, slam you against the wall, stun, pick you up, slam you against the other wall, stun. I think that'd be more powerful than a double Overpower for doing a stun juggle. But something to worry about as Diablo hits 16. That's a pretty late concern, but Diablos are going to want to juggle the Tracer, and it can be very surprising when it happens to you. So let's see what happens. But we don't really have one direct thing that Tracer is here to do, other than maybe get the Li Ming. But it's Garden of Terror. Certainly there's no one thing that Tracer needs to do for the objective. I think of everyone on our team here, though, Tracer's probably our best one to ride the terror. Has the most escapes, the highest potential to actually get out. We found our Tracer cam.
3, 2,
Frost team in top.
kill, fight, spread my
We're riding with our Brightwing here. Cheap, efficient heals. A little bit of utility. Good versus that Illidan. Also, we might give the Zul or a Diablo a surprise. And even that won't be a big deal, because it's not going to cost... It's not going to cost our Brightwing anything to clean up. And we're doing fine. We're even holding on to recall for a nice long time. Here comes Tychus. It's a little loud. It's a little ineffective. It's not going to accomplish too much. But is abandoned briefly. I mean, Arthas has some great solo lane capabilities. Same with even Jaina. Kind of odd to put them both in the same lane, even though they're Team Frost and they're partied up. So I get it. From a fun aspect. But from a duties aspect, it's kind of weird. And luckily those Brightwing heals are a big percentage of our health, but we're still getting whittled down a little bit. Now we're outside of Brightwing's range. So that health isn't going to be regenerated. But let's follow our Tracer down to the bottom. Looks like we're going to make some noise on Illidan's face. Punch him in the face. We got a bomb too. If we can get him low enough. Ooh, so close. Seemed to understood where recall was going to take you. Scary thing about speccing Tracer is you do have to choose that slipstream at level 1 in some cases. And then that's going to always mess with your perception of Tracer, as you're always going to go 1 second further back in time. So when you're speccing Tracer, it doesn't feel like you have a lot of freedom, because if you change, particularly Swiftstream or Pulse Strike, you're changing the way you sort of feel out the game, and it's very easy to screw up. if you change between those two specs wildly all the time. Oh, there's one more wave. Okay, well, it's Tracer. She's okay. Teleport on back. We were at half health anyway. This actually went really well, didn't it? I see you want to take this. Good of you to be patient. We got one dash left. Good on you to keep the aggression low as we are awaiting recall at the moment. Minor note, been sitting on this town for a little bit. Go ahead and pick it out. There we go. It's good. Cool. We got untouchable. That's our quest. Kind of like Wizen Duelist. No one really to farm off of here. Maybe Diablo, right? But in all reality, there's no Murkies. There's no Lost Vikings. I don't think you could farm off of Misha, but I guess that would be another body on the field. So a bit of an odd pickup, but you know, it's up against other options. This is the win more option, perhaps. Lead bombs is a very popular one, if you choose to play that sort of recall style. And again, there's nothing really we need to dive for in the back. There's Diablo. The farm has begun. And it's gonna be okay. That was a big arcane orb soak to the face. I would have liked to see you change the angle, be around the back, knowing that would come into the bulk of your group. But everything went okay for now. It's just kind of one of those things, right? It's a bad decision, but nobody died, so everything's okay. We have enough forgiveness built into our team. Just enough resilience for what the enemy team puts out. And we're back to farming. Top is doing things. Still starting to push, but we have a level lead at the moment. They're pushed out up top, so we're good to be here. Still another wave to farm. Unsure why Brightwing is walking with you, but Hypershift did get its nerf, so can't hang out all by herself all the time. But she's got Phase Shift ready, so no real reason to be too concerned about it. You got a recall too, so everything's good. Nice aggression. Been doing a really good job with that. Informed aggression. I like it. Turning it off and on as you have your cooldowns. Heading to the top. Diablo went down. Sadly, we didn't get to touch it, but we're up to 2 stacks at the moment. What are we going to do here? What's your style, your choice? Bullet time. I like bullet time a lot, too. Spatial echoes, people will quote at you as being the superior one. But you're not really doing a slipstream and bomby build, so I think bullet time's a good pickup for you. Doing a lot of walking back. That's tough to decide at this point. Nice dodge. It's tough to decide at this point if that's actually going to hurt you in the late game. And my point being that you're using 2 blinks when maybe you could use 1. Your 2 blinks are carrying you too far back, and then you're having to do this long walk back when you sort of re-find your confidence. Once the fear from you is over, and you feel like it's safe to re-engage again, you're doing a lot of walking. So maybe 1 blink instead of 2. Touching a wall, scary little moment there, as Diablo does exist in this game. Polymorph grabs him, mid-grab, so he's not able to do a flip. You would have had a recall ready too, but it would put you in a similar area.
The night comes.
Alright, Team Arthas continues. Now with the honorary participant of Tychus. And what, we're gonna go for another Diablo here. We got Illidan in the top. Rhaegar is right there. But it's a kill. So how does this go wrong, you wonder? What's gonna happen here? We're doing good. We got Untouchable stacking. We got Diablo kills. Maybe we continue to wail on Diablo later on in the game. And that ends up being a very poor choice. We'll see. I'd like to see you getting that terror there. Arthas would probably be our next main participant. Looks like Jaina might want to ride it, though. Which is fine here in Silver, if Jaina believes herself to have the superior skill set, as you both race for it. Okay, well, yeah. Very assertive. Now we're all kind of thinking, well, you better do it right, Jaina. All of our teams have been red today. Currently in this version of the game, I'm unable to change the team colors for us to see something a little more positive. This has been going for a while. What held us up? I don't know. Either way, this is allowing the Terror to get some business done in the middle. Arthas is walking out safely. They took quite a bit of damage, so they're going to have to back out. So now that you're here, it's going to be pretty quick to abandon. Yeah, we blow a bomb. I don't think that's out of the question for our Silver Tracer here. But getting hit by that Arcane Orb hurts a lot. Now our Engage is really rough. Classic comes back in. Gives us a blink heal, so yes, we should be encouraged to stick around now that we've received a cooldown from the Brightwing. And in fact, you know, Lich King's a little low on mana, but I wouldn't mind. He's got his level 1 quest, so I wouldn't mind him sticking around and just smacking something with his sword, right? Terror's still going, but the clock is ticking on it. So he only has 15 seconds left, so we actually got a ton done with it. Well done, Jaina. But unlike our Tracer on the inside, this may be a dead Jaina. Good polymorph, though. Cover the escape. Well, you got one more boost in you? Yeah! Definitely revealing where you are, but it was pretty much revealed anyway. It's kind of the only thing on the map. Excellent. Following up a Blizzard. That is Shade, but you'll be good. Nice job. We all turn on Diablo now. That's Zool. Probably a Diablo down. Love to see you make a body block there. Using those blink charges, getting a punch and whatnot, but minor note. So we go around the top here. Lucky us, nothing bad is going to happen. Bit of a scary angle, but Tracer has plenty of forgiveness in her. And there goes Jaina to ride again. That's fine. She rode good the first time. Stun for Arthas, but that's okay. Giants in the middle. And a Terror for us, not them. Here comes Diablo.
And with it, my children.
Makes you wonder what Illidan's been doing this whole time. I guess this camp, right? It's just sitting there on the map, clearly under work. It is a hunt Illidan again, which is an interesting choice for a more kind of jungle-based Illidan. Not a bad choice, though. Arthas applies himself hard in there. You're gonna do it, yeah. Get more stacks. Tychus laying out some good stuff there. We got another smack available. Awesome. Oh, but no, the stacks. Ah, brutal. So, targeting, that's all it was. Looks like he stayed locked onto the Rhaegar for a little too long and then got pushed out, and then of course he went on too deep here, and well, that was the end. And there was a punch ready at some point in there, many points in there, that would have finished that out. So simple mistake, sadly. Gonna cost us a lot though with all those stacks, and as the game goes on, we're gonna have a harder time killing Diablo. Not by talents though. There's really not much he can do to advance his survivability once he's kind of made his way down this diabolic momentum build. A spell shield will come out, but that'll probably be absorbed by things like Arthas' Frozen Tempest and Blizzards and Frostbolts. Though I do believe your melee counts as spell damage. And yeah, most of the Terror gets used again, so that's great. On retreat, yep, one more Polymorph Circle, perfect. They do have to walk this whole thing out because it's Jaina on the inside. Still would rather it be Tracer, but Jaina has not been doing a bad job. So why would Diablo be hanging out here? He wants souls. Clearly, if he's trying to farm this lane to the last minute. Yep, he needs 100 to regenerate if he dies, so he's trying to get that last one. Would have been a great kill if we could get it. Oh, pretty cute. We had a bomb available, sadly. What happened down here? Tychus getting eaten by Azul. Arthas went around this way, but he did that a long time ago. Yep, this is no longer safe, despite the Arthas' movements. Diablo definitely looking for some sort of stack on, but not yet. There's the hunt. Brightwing's watching though. Ouch. But good Ring of Frost. Zool in the background though. Oh, isolated Brightwing. That's gonna be a long walk home. If it lasts at all, but teleporting back, that would have been real cute. But blind our little Frost team here to the needs of the poor little Brightwing, the fairy dragon. And here comes Illidan, who's probably just gonna do a front flip and disengage, I would assume. No, goes on, okay, goes on Jaina. Gonna back on out. So a bit of a blind tank. Definitely an odd approach angle.
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
We died because we soaked that arcane orb. That's the situation that caused the health to get low and then the hunt to do the sort of one-hit kill business. But they're making good use of their time. You're gonna head down the middle here and push this out a little bit. I already have a bit of weight in the top, so we should all collapse top. There's Zool, taking a peek. Arthur should be able to find him. There's the Diablo. He does have Spell Shield now. Ooh. I oohed there because that's a lot of occupied time. The enemy team. Now, wait a minute. Did that hunt just target someone who was mid-recall? So this would have been a much bigger deal if this team was invested. If our blue team here had actually invested through all of Diablo's health, this would be a huge problem. In this case, they didn't. So killing Diablo's great. And it gives us stats and stuff. So it ends up being okay. So here we get stunned. Hit by an arcane orb. Real dangerous. Oh. Yeah, he would have had to activate it, but he wasn't flying through the air yet, so the recall didn't break the hunt. That just seems unlucky. Sadly. I would assume recall gets rid of the hunt, right? If it doesn't, I mean, I still don't think you're like, there's Tracer. Let me get Illidan, guys, so I can hunt her. I don't know if that's the right strategy to go with, but pretty dangerous moment here. Gotta make sure no one really gets divided off. Everyone dodges the stun. Illidan's got to make some sort of weird retreat through the back now, so it ends up being okay. Jaina's off to ride the terror yet again. She continues to do a great job. Tychus, Arthas's approach angle's kind of scary given the complete lack of knowledge on the map at the moment. There's Diablo. So we can take a little bit of safety in that. Okay, so Jaina's making her way. And what, Brightwing zoning? Is that what's going on there? Two people coming in the bottom. No-nos. Diablo. Alright, we got 3 here. Cool. This is pretty safe, though. Jaina might apply herself too hard in here. With the Li Ming wailing on her like that. We got all the seeds, so now it's time to deal with this. Who's Supreme? That would be Rhaegar? Nah. It's Illidan on the inside. Well, that seems to be our counter this game, as it were. Oh, nope. Finally happened. Oh, but she actually did get... You know what? Yeah. It's not the best, but yeah, it's okay. I still think Tracer does better. But again, you may not be comfortable riding the terror.
Well done.
In which case you let this happen. In which case I would say become good at the terror. If you want to play these characters. Right? Lost Vikings takes it on this map and he says, yeah, you know, I don't really want to play the terror. You've got a problem. I don't think it's as strong with Tracer, but it will happen. Murky is another one. That happens to Kristen. She does not want to touch terrors, but she plays a ton of Murky, and everyone's looking at Murky come Dragon Knight or anything worth riding. Here comes Diablo from an interesting angle. Looks like we're going to engage. Yeah, Jaina's down, but she could ride it when she's back up. I think you just abandoned your team a bit. And this will go poorly. Yeah. Will Tychus make it out? Maybe. He's got some ice. The hunt was interrupted by a death. Oh, nope, right in Azul's face. So unless you, the Terror, and Jaina completely clean this up, you made a pretty big error going back. And should have let the reviving Jaina deal with it. That's rough, though. I mean, you're finally in the Terror. You're finally where I wanted you to be. And it was just the wrong time. Zool in the background had himself a little one-on-one. But no, it is actually gonna be a kill. Well, everyone dead but Li Ming. You got a boost? I don't know 16 Terror. I don't think this finishes off. Your potted plant does cancel the core now. That is truth. They changed that. It was a while ago. There's little roots going to the core. There we go. A bit late, though. Sadly, there goes Arthas. And with Illidan around, you're going to have a long walk home. Brightwing comes in, though. Makes it a little easier. Cool. They disengage. So we lost a little bit of efficiency. Took a lot of damage from the core when we had a potted plant on cooldown.
This could be of use to us.
I don't think we got that core anyway. I mean, you did break the shields, so... And we have our opening, should we raffle stomp them in a fight at some point in the future. That was the sound of bomb being ready for those of you who don't play much Tracer. I believe this little symbol just means that Tracer is currently locked on to something. And, you know, not reloading at the moment. Currently attacking something. Scary little build here out of Li Ming. Always, you know, sad to not have optimization, but... Oh, I guess we got a little excited with our bomb there. But this is still very scary, high amount of damage. Fiery Brand, interesting. Thirsting Blade, Firing Brand,
The Shamblers rise, slay them, and gather the seeds.
And we're all together. We're all a happy family. We even have some mercenaries in the top. Well, we had mercenaries in the top. That were giving us some control, some sight. A way to see where the enemy was. Arthas just found Zool and a friend, Illidan. You've gone to push the bottom here. These guys are pretty confused. Maybe typing you up a good long message. This is Jaina here. No one can really tank that well, but you know, with Brightwing here, actually with Jaina, with Iceberry, I guess she's probably our best one. Yeah, and she's actually, you know, she's maybe by accident, but she is tanking it. Cool, you are of course on the have to receive, so be prepared for that. Arthas is out in front. You both have terrors.
I see you've survived another.
Jaina's gonna go, I don't know, gank the bottom or something? Get a tower for the cost of a life? Well, Zool used an ultimate, but where's everyone else? As long as Diablo doesn't catch up, I think we can still keep walking. Wow. And then Tychus is sitting right here. Jeez. Scary locations to be. Everyone wants to team fight.
Why do you delay? No terror.
And we got you back in the terror.
Well done.
Boosting out.
The terror
So
shall
here,
your enemy's voice.
you lost Tracer, they lost Illidan. Oh my. Jaina goes down. That is horrible. But Tychus is all geared up. That should be a pretty good little route there. Level 20 on that. Tychus is wailing. He's got sizzling attacks. I don't know if that works while you're in Odin. In fact, a lot of these talents don't work with Odin. So we had to play defensively. Arthas is going up to cover the top. Actually, they're going to burn that pretty well, aren't they?
Well,
Leaving you dancing at the moment.
there's women.
Jaina, of course, getting a little tilted, but Jaina, you're dead. And you've been a fool. Now we can do it, though, because we see two in the top, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if that got in your head a bit. Now you're thinking like, oh, now I gotta go save. But Jaina wants me to go push, and oh dear, now Illidan's flipping all over me, and there's no way I'm breaking this without some sort of help. Oh, and a slowing totem comes down, and just the whole terror. Oh no, and Diablo's here now too. A recall carries you back. You got one more in you, but oh, the Bone Prism lands true. Nice delivery though by Jaina. And she's got one more frost there. Illidan's still going. Arthas rightfully lets her out. Okay, Tychus is chasing the. It's good. It's good. One more hit. He's got spell resist at the moment. Okay, he's good. So in an odd way, you sort of baited. And Jaina was actually kind of amazing there. She did a very good job. Ouch. Oh, Jaina. What, you want to start? Yeah, you want to start these camps with that life, don't you? With this life, too. Where's Brightwing? Oh, yeah, she died a long time ago. Push starting to build in the bottom, but hey, Winions starting to make their way anyway. 5% on the health down. Yes, we're so close. Tychus looking for maybe a good bush to. Nah, he wants to start up this. Brightwing's on the way. Jaina wants to do this one all by herself. You know, actually, she might be okay. Oh no, yeah, she took vulnerability, didn't she? Yep, northern exposure. It'll still take a little bit, but actually with that shielding, she can jungle. Look at that. A little bit of efficiency loss, but still, I mean, pretty impressive. A jungle spec Jaina. So we can see Diablo in the top. Why would he be by himself? There's the flame waves that are always giving you away on Diablo if you're doing a camp. Uh-oh. Jaina might be going a little special here, but you know, they were just in the top, so I think she can. There's Illidan, there's Diablo. Awesome. Jaina's actually going to pull this off. Now the only problem is we're missing Jaina for this whole fight. It looks like you got stuck in the back, thinking you guys were getting to the objective. The Odin takes forever to set up, and the poison hits everybody. Did you make the mistake? Did you engage the terror that then collapsed on us? Granted, it wasn't insane, but you didn't note. Probably because this Jaina's in the bottom, and why would we fight when we're missing our Jaina? But yep, it's a hard engage by the Brightwing. Yep. It's a hard engage. And that's the end. Oh, we have so many cooldowns, too. That's the real messy business here. Oh, no, Jaina. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna go solo that? Nah, get out of here, girl. Go take some seeds. Delivering a big pile into the middle, though. You know, that'll be decently scary. There's Zool, so it looks like he's on his way back. But, you know, you guys do have the map control to not lose right now, which is good. Catapults have locked on. There's Zool, sadly. But still, uh-oh. Run for it, Jaina! Don't walk by walls. What? Oh, I guess he wanted to do an overpowered? Not sure why. He has domination. He should have just charge, grab, charge. Bolt of the Storm, too. That totally could have been his. Ah, well. Silver Diablos. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Jaina. The hunt is in play, girl.
My children must sleep.
What are you... No! No! I don't know why I haven't heard it yet. You get feel the hatred? Oh, there's a bone prison. Okay, here it comes. It's cute. Oh, Brightwing too. Oh no, Brightwing. Wait. Okay, Pixie Dust does carry her, and the slow on Illidan actually keeps him back. Nope, but here comes Dibbles. Any of these dudes. Nope. Nice re-engage by Brightwing, actually keeping it going, keeping Tychus aware. And he's got an overkill, so that'll carry him for a little bit. And your auto attacks come in. Evasion is on cooldown. Ancestral Healing, though, landed on the Illidan. Wow, you actually escorted him out, but still dead Jaina. Catapults relocking in the middle. Illidan's going back. Wouldn't be the quickest defense, but it would be fully sustained. No mana issues. Nothing like that. Oh, he's off to ride the terror yet again. We've still got plenty of buildings, so this isn't the end either. Jane up in 13 seconds. So I would say let's delay. Yeah, let's get Arthas out in front. Let's do some slowing. Let's get some frost on that. Love that Tychus skin so much. Here comes Diablo. Li Ming is briefly a computer. Win the game. My health is just huge at this point. It's a good route. It's more delay. Jaina doing her crazy Jaina thing. Crazy Jaina's discount blizzards going down. You get what you pay for it. Jaina's discount blizzard store. Look at all that damage just being poured into the tank at this point, but he has spell shield. He's level 23. That's a lot of health. And actually we have a recall, but oh, a little too late. So much damage poured into that Diablo. At this point, it's become a mistake. And our rhythmic deaths are keeping us from using our untouchable. Which is now over here on Li Ming. I'm glad that's not a Li Ming talent. Though I guess it affects basic attacks, right? Yeah, so it wouldn't be that powerful on Li Ming anyway. Let's see, though. Diablo's absorbed. Yeah, look at that. Diablo has absorbed quite a bit of damage. And if we add those two together, we're looking at a pretty... Wow, Arthas is up top, huh? Area effect damage. Oh, what'd he do? He got a little bit of... Yep. Okay, so he did do sort of a damage build, a little bit of frigid wind.
30 seconds. Are you ready for some amusement?
Yeah, 40% slow. Attack slow to Illidan. That'd be a pretty good idea. Sadly, Illidan's never really in the Arthas' area. He's been landing some great Syndragosas, too. So that helps explain the damage as well, about all this damage when we minus out Diablo and what he's soaked. Things are looking pretty scary, and then we got a healer on top of that. Alright, so Tychus needs to back out. You're doing a little dance. Yep. It's not going to be effective, but it did do a good job. Yeah, no one wants to go through that. Oh, no. Stop this. Stop this business. Yep, that's the domination. No, still didn't use the talent correctly. I'll stop looking at the Diablo. Stun coming out, though. We're still going. We're still flitting around. What a confusing little battle for you on Tracer. But, oh, goes down. And the Hunt cleans up the tank, and that's... Well, that's everything. No. Yeah, I would have to agree with Arthas. Let's watch that again. By the way, good on you to take Sleight of Hand, so you don't have to pay attention to anything bonus. We need to go back a little farther than that. Even further than that. So here's where Jaina uses her ultimate and gets isolated, because for some reason she doesn't want to come through and fight with the team. You advance, Tychus advances, Arthas squeezes through the middle, you teleport back in, you're in the middle of the group now. Tychus taking a lot of damage, you taking a lot of damage, but Brightwing is getting focused by the Illidan. You re-engage for a second, Arthas is still going. Li Ming through the wall. With Talrosh's elements, we'd have to see how she stacked up for that. But, oof, wow. Into magic missiles is where that overpower focused you. They weren't focused either. It's not like they executed some great attack. They just had a lot more beef than you, and when Jaina went down, we lost all of our control. I don't think it's GG at all. I think we need to... We're actually going to probably get this. It's just going to take a little bit. Just going to take a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Yeah! It's 24 to 22. Catapults are still... Oh, yep. So they're going to take this. They should anyway. Jaina's up, and Jaina's not one to not be brave. Let's get her out on the field. Illidan, Rhaegar. Okay, actually, they're not going to be able to take our buildings during this, but, you know, terror building in the background and all that. So she's going to go get some seeds. There's Zul. We just saw Rhaegar. We just saw Li Ming. So maybe there's a surprising Diablo in here somewhere, but... Yep, there he is. There's the surprise Diablo. Brightwing came in, though. Yes. Get on back. That's a spell shield Diablo. He don't care anymore. Illidan back in the terror. Going down the center. And we're all up, too. Wow. We're going to have an opportunity to burn this. So where are they going to come from, though? I wouldn't touch that bush.
Fort lost.
Luckily, nothing bad happens. Zul's in the top. There's some punishable moments here, but they're all missing because they're taking this down here. They're going for double terror. And sadly, Arthas is the only one who sees it at the moment. Tychus sees it, but he's up top to help Zul. Will that be a full double terror for them? Yeah, it will. Gross. Jaina needs to back out. Zul went down. Get a bomb in there. In that nice little cluster. Favor those shots. Develop an eye for multiple characters sitting atop each other. Good job. That was a good one. Tychus needs to get out on an interesting angle instead of escaping through the group. He would have taken more damage trying to squeeze here, but just run, man. And again, that hunt. That hunt is catching you off guard. So where'd the damage come in? Because you messed up over time. That wasn't really it. Coming in on the Illidan. So where do you appear down there? It's just the hunt. Yeah. Level 20 Illidan. So what does that mean? Nexus Blades. Yeah, you weren't affected by Fiery Brand there, but just Nexus Blades. Unending Hatred. And the hunt. The hunt had one auto attack when you were at 3/4. Took you down that far. You got bone prisons, you got blizzards. There's a lot to wait for, but I think at this point, you should have adapted your playstyle to use recall when those things are out on you. The bone prison is usually used after you recall, but maybe they're watching for it. Maybe Illidan. Maybe there was that odd interaction with the hunt, though, that makes me think the hunt just kind of plows through your recall anyway, but that can be tested in the future. Supreme making his way. Acer 3 closing in. Getting in kind of scary Diablo range. Tracer still down. Blizzard comes on down. So it's Illidan inside yet again. Where is Zul? Is he dancing? Yeah, he's right there. That's another good Syndragosa. And I mean, I can't really be mad at what the Jaina's cooking here. Because everyone's kind of making the same gravy. Everyone's dying a lot. Everyone's pretty suicidal. And what she does with the value of her life is pretty good. Ah. That hunt. Who'da thunk? And there's Tychus. That'll spell the end, most likely. GGing a little prematurely, in my opinion, but yes. Siege damage, certainly, on Jaina. XP as well. That's probably from riding the early terrors. But Tychus actually leading the way in damage. Oh, and down goes Arthas. Now, Arthas having higher damage than Tracer is not surprising, given their two specs. Tracer single target damage, Arthas doing a lot of area damage with Biting Cold and those sort of things. Him outpacing Jaina is a bit weird, but she clearly favored clearing lanes. I think she also favored putting her stuff on top of Diablo a little bit again, so 10 deaths on Diablo. Without Devil's Due, certainly a lot of them were full duration deaths. But that soaked all the burst, right? And even our Tracer, our Sustain, was putting out her damage, including her burst, sometimes the punch, into the Diablo. And with the, wow, the 129,000 heals from Rhaegar, that's a lot of damage negated when we're pouring it on Diablo. And who knows what Tychus is. You know, you have to watch this like 3 times to really deduce how much of a problem this was. But we certainly could have avoided it. You also favored attacking the Illidan. And he wasn't very good at his evades. It wasn't crazy. We weren't seeing tons of misses, but certainly Rhaegar, scaring him off because he can't Ancestral Healing himself, and Li Ming, I think those both should have been more your focus. And that dive, that focus on getting to the back line and then recalling out, that's why the bombs at level 4 are so popular. Because you just dive, and then you leave a couple bombs, the parting gift as you get out. And you may think that style's more aggressive, but you're going in with a plan. Right now, I think you're just shooting wildly. So, you need a plan. You need some targets. And Illidan didn't care was the problem. Illidan doesn't care, by his very nature. Artanis doesn't care, by his very nature. He will not be scared because if he runs away, he's dead. So they just keep on coming. Whereas scaring off Li Ming, that's a possibility. Getting her to teleport too far back for magic missiles. Getting her to run away so she's not casting spells is an opportunity. Shade, we have the same problem, and Diablo's a tank, so Li Ming and Rexar probably should have taken the most of our damage. I would love to break this down further. I'd love to see how much damage you did to each person, because you had some good ones in here. But 9 deaths is a lot for what I would consider to be a self-reliant hero and Tracer. You know, maybe it's Brightwing, maybe that was a surprise to you. I don't think we saw a good use of Total Recall. You continue to just recall the exact same way you did through the whole game when you got it at 20. I didn't see any really real power-ups. Most of the time, it was to readjust a position where you got lost. And then you found yourself. But you got the heal when you didn't need it. So, Total Recall went unused here. And I don't think that's a bad thing. In fact, you know, I wouldn't mind if that's the case. What if you picked up something else? What if? I mean, you end up going Pulse Strike. You end up going Bullet Spray. If you're not going to use Total Recall to regenerate yourself in that style, get stuffed, you know? That'd be kind of fun. You got 2 points into it anyway. You could increase the value of get stuff further, and it reduces the cooldown, which increased the value of the other 2 talents you did. Some talents don't stack like that, of course. But this would. Pulse Bomb hits instantly. I don't think we had enough control of our Pulse Bombs to really take advantage of that, but that could be cute. It could be a cute pick if we're not going to really take advantage of Total Recall. But I think that's where your practice needs to go. Slipstream, Spatial Echoes, Parting Gift. Not that you have to do this build because it's the best. I think it is kind of the best, but that doesn't matter to me. I don't care about builds in that way. But I want you to know how to play that style with the Total Recall to wrap it all up, so you know what you can be doing in some of these situations and improve your targeting. After you do some of that practice, absolutely make it your way back to this build. I'd love if you did get stuffed and you were just an awesome punching Tracer. I'd love to see that. I think that's a very cool way to play. Probably wouldn't do it with Brightwing. Takes a little bit too long to regenerate. But like a Morales you could visit, like pew pew pew, you could go in there and punch some dudes and then come back and visit the Morales and get healed up and then go punch dudes again. That could be an option.